Welcome back, everybody, to the Meeple Marathon. Today we are, there we go. Today we are going to be doing a marathon unboxing of Massive Darkness 2. There is a lot of content here, and I also realized that there is already a lot of unboxing videos out there. So if there is, anything in particular that you guys would like to see, please feel free to, let me know in the comment section below. And we will, show it off that expansion next, or if there's a specific miniature you'd like to see in detail, we'll throw it up here on our little stand. And yeah, so other than that, we're just going to kind of go through this very casually. I'm not going to go into like every card or necessarily every miniature, because there's a lot of other videos out there that have done that already. So obviously, though, it makes sense to start with the base box here. So we are going to get the cellophane off of this. All right. So we have our rule book, quest book. This is, very common for CMON to combine these together. The rules are pretty straightforward. If you're not familiar with Massive Darkness, it's basically like you get 3 actions on your turn. You can move a certain number of spaces for 1 action. Other than that, you're basically attacking or resting, things like that. Let's see if we can find somewhere where it says briefly what each player can do on their turn here. I've spent a lot of time perusing this rule book already, just waiting and waiting for my Kickstarter to come about. Let's see here. So you can move, attack, recover, trade, equip, and then special action. But yeah, still very excited to get into this. Let's see here. We've got some cardboard. So and underneath that cardboard we have what is a handy dandy sheet to show you how everything is stored away and which levels you put them in. It's a little funny that they have this image, which is more akin to what they used to do in games with their Zombicide, with the actual cardboard box with the closing flapped lid. But they seem to have gone away with that, and it's just some plastic trays. But they haven't really changed their graphic up, I guess. But let's take a look at some of this cardboard here. Whoops. Something fell out of here. A sticker. I'm guessing this is for something. If you are unboxing yours, don't lose this little sticker. 3M sticker. I need to put that somewhere where I'm not going to lose it. Anyways, we have, I believe this is like the kind of round dashboard, the threat phase dashboard. I don't know why this is cardstock, whereas the rest of this stuff is all nice thick cardboard. And here we have Michael and the Reaper. These are the 2 bosses in the game. Again, everything else is cardboard, but these are cardstock. Maybe there's a reason for that. All right, so we have some level up boards here. They appear to mostly be the same. So I guess no matter who you're playing against, the XP levels and what you gain at those levels are going to be all the same. But then this is, for me, what is most exciting about this game is the various differences in the character boards here. So like this is the Paladin board, and you're going to have these rings, aura rings, which I'm sure are somewhere around here eventually. But you'll get to say, okay, whoever has the green ring on them gets this stuff beneath it, and whoever has the blue ring, and so you can spend an action to give someone a ring, give them that special aura. Or over here, this is the what's that little leaf guy called? Not the mage, but I can't remember now. Anyways, this is elemental track, and so they're going to be dealing with the elements, and we'll see some of their things that can fire off here in a minute. This is like the Mage Board here. This one is interesting because it's rondelle style, and you have to spin it around. Each turn you get to spin it one, and you can spend additional mana to spin it around. Here's the, the elemental creatures you can summon. This is the Berserker board. The Berserker board, basically you set a stance, and so you're going to be moving a marker around up here, and depending on where your stance is and where you build out your character, that determines the stuff you can do. We see a whole lot of doors here, and some pillars, and some chests. We will see at some point, whenever you guys want to, we have all this in 3D components. This was part of the the upgrade packs that I purchased. Also, the Berserker, as it takes wounds, you can move them over here instead of or heals them. I forget which way it is, but the more wounded they are, the crazier they are, which kind of makes sense. This, I believe, is what the sticker is needed for, although I'm not 100% sure how that would be able to spin if you stuck a sticker on it. Anyways, we've got some bridges and stuff, and some spike traps, anvil forges. These are all going to be represented in 3D terrain that we'll see soon. Some bear traps, cauldrons. Let's see here. And then these are the ores, I'm pretty sure, for the paladin. Not 100% sure what the X's are used for, but oh, here we go. These might be the tokens that go in the rogue bag. So the rogue gimmick is, it's like a bag building aspect. Yep, there we go, sticker here. So you do put the sticker there. All right. So again, really excited to get into all the various mechanics of the different characters. If you're just now joining, I said it at the beginning, but I'll continue to say it. If there is something specific you would like to see, a specific character or a specific expansion box that you'd like to see in more detail, we'll open that one up next. Again, I'm doing this live specifically in case there's somebody who has a specific request. I know there's a lot of unboxings out there already, so I was hoping to give something a little unique. So, plus I told Barrett over at Meet Me at the Table that when I finally got this, I would do a live unboxing for him. And my my camera does not like this sheet. Let's see if we can get this to focus here. Okay. I was looking at the replay, not the live. So we appear to be focused now. Does not like the light shining back on it. It definitely does not like this plastic. But we can solve that real quick. All right. I'm actually going to set these off to the side for a minute. We'll come back to those. Okay, we're back to focusing. All right, so here are the bags. Again, the rogue is a bag building mechanic, so it gets its own bag, and then this is the treasure bag. So the treasure bag is another kind of bag building mechanic where as you progress, as you level up your characters, more and more rare and epic treasures will go into the bag. Thanks, Dave. Yeah, I think it's the light, the glare shining off of some of these components that's messing with the focus. But anyways, there has been a lot of discussion about these bags. They are nice and big. You can get your hand in them. The quality is something to be desired. It's just basically like a screen printing on here. It's not sewn or anything. You can hear it's that like plasticky nylon material. It's not like a nice cloth bag. I was actually looking at the Kickstarter page earlier today, and again, it's just a picture. It's like an animated graphic, but I swear the bag looked more cloth in the picture. So we have our player dashboards. These are pretty commonplace for CMON. They did add some things, like there's a slight slant to this edge so you can pop cards out, plus they didn't build the walls all the way across so you can easily get your finger in here. And where those cardboard level up pieces are going to go, there's a little spot to get your finger under. But other than that, these are pretty basic, pretty bland, but that's okay. They're going to be covered up by stuff anyways. All right, we have our dice. So we've got the monster dice. You roll these. When the monster attacks, you roll 1 per minion it has, and so this is like an automatic hit, and this paw symbol is going to fire off the kind of villain's special ability. The orange and the yellow are your attack dice. The yellow, however, are better for spells. They're going to give you more mana, and the orange are better for just pure melee attacks. And there's that, and then you have blue for defense. The only thing on here is shield icons, and then I need to get to this purple one here. So this is massive darkness. Obviously, we'll see in a minute that there's dark portions of the tiles. So you've got your defense die here, and then your shadow die. So if you are attacking from shadow, you get to roll this additional die. So it benefits you to be in shadow. And if you hit this one, which appears to be the only side, so you have a 1/6 chance of hitting this mark, you get to do your special shadow ability, which if we look at the just ranger here, hopefully you guys can see through the glare here, but you can see his shadow ability is draw and discard 1 arrow card, apply its effect. That's one of the lines, and we'll look at the ranger here in a minute. All right, let's take a look at these tiles. So Simon seems to have created something to hold the cards here. Looks like if you were to sleeve your cards, though, there's no way they would fit back in this little storage system here. This is going to be filled up with dice, and this for the pegs. So then the question is, where are we going to put all the rest of that cardboard that we just saw? We shall see. It's going to be interesting. All right. So here we have, these aren't going to sit like that, but basically all of the game board tiles are these, whatever, 8x8 squares or something. The artwork's decent. You know, again, it's just supposed to be the floor, so it shouldn't be that over distracting. It is a little weird to me that like this is so very different from this. Like, you know, this little spot right here, where is the other half of that lava pool? You know, or like, how is this? There's a little bit of light bleed, and again, I mean, I think we're just really getting picky at this point. Because probably at the end of the day, while you're playing, you're not going to care whether or not the aesthetics of the light and shadow are accurate. You're just going to be able to easily say, all right, I'm in shadow or I'm in the light. Yeah, plastic wrap and high glare, not friendly to your overhead. Nope, it is not. And that's, the overhead one is supposed to be my best webcam. It's the what brand is that? But it's the HD one, HD Webcam Pro, some or other. But yeah, it struggles sometimes. So here, those are all the tiles. There are going to be a few more tiles in the Heavenfall box, and then I think the 4 Horsemen box, and that may be it. I think there's actually 1 tile then in the Demon Dragon box. But other than that, it's not like every expansion comes with more tiles. What you're going to get is more plastic, more and more plastic. All right, trying to figure out where to put all this stuff as we go here. So you got some plastic bases, plastic pegs to match. These are really just so you can keep track of your character. Hopefully once they're painted, they're easy to see and you don't need to use these, because these are the hard plastic kind. They will definitely strip the paint off if you've painted the bases. The pegs, I'm sure, are fine. One thing I did notice about the player boards here is there's a lot less pegs holes, a lot less space needed. You know, there's so many pegs on the Massive Darkness one, and then compared to like Zombicide, that I think you only need like 6 pegs, but then there's that tracker on the bottom. All right. Any specific character anybody wants to see in detail? Speak up now, especially from the base box, as I open these cards. No? Alright. So here are the heroes in the base box. So we've got Nahias here. He's the ranger, so his gimmick we're going to see here at some point, he's got these cards, and it's like a press your luck element of trying to hit a certain number of arrows that are at the top of the cards, and if you hit the right number, you get to do the maximum amount of damage. Shaman, that is the word I could not think of earlier. I don't know why I could not think of Shaman, but Shaman's the one with the elemental board, basically adding and using up the elements. He's got those 2 tokens. I can't remember if there's going to be some miniatures to replace those tokens. Anyways, the wizard or the mage, they're the ones with the rondelle. The berserker was the one with the stance, and you know, likes to use the wounds. Paladin's the one with the aura, and the rogue is the bag building mechanic, and that's all of them. So let's see if we can find some of those cards here. There's these Shadowbane Shaman cards. I'm not 100% sure what these are for. Obviously they go with the Shaman, but I can't remember whether or not does it like turn the Shaman bad. Let's see what's next in this pile of cards here. We've got us some door cards. Basically, anytime you open a door into a unexplored room, you flip over cards. These could be anything from each hero on this tile gains 2 mana. I mean, bonus, or remove all monster spawn tokens from this chamber. Well, that's good. Add 1 bear trap. So they're not all good. Spawn 1 mob in this zone. Add 1 spike trap. So similar to kind of how Zombicide and original Massive Darkness did this, but similar to how Zombicide, you open a door and you have to do a zombie spawn in every room. And then you're going to have, these appear to all be, the various levels of mob cards. So you can see levels 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and 5. Basically, whoever has the highest level on the team, if you're playing with multiple characters, they are, you're going to draw the mob card from this. And when you do, this tells you the type of treasure. Here you can see 1s, 2s getting up more, health value, all the stuff you need. And then you place a mob out with a boss or leader based on your player count. So that's how the game scales. Most of the information you need is on that card. Then we have, while we're looking at monster cards, we can come back here to the roaming monsters. So mobs, when they act pretty basic. They move towards you and attack if they can. If not, they move again. Or if they're already next to you, they armor sets, Shadowbane cards. Okay, these are armor. This is armor. Minor power, greater power. The Paladin may bless 1 additional skill per round. Shadowbane Paladin. Okay, these aren't all Shaman. These are Shaman, Paladin, Rogue, Ranger, Berserker, Wizard. So Dave, I'm guessing that these, you can gain the Shadowbane armor, and if you do, you get this benefit? Yeah. 2+ set items. Okay. Alright. So if you can find 2 pieces of the Shadowbane armor and you're the wizard, you get this card. That makes sense. Alright. So then we have these roaming monsters. These are the bigger, badder people. They also are at the various levels. And these guys have much more specific... oh, my card's bent up a little bit. That's alright. Kind of like Fantasy Flight's AI system or Madara's AI system, where you kind of read from top to bottom. And the first time you can do one of those actions, you do it. If not, then I think you just move up to 2 times. But yeah, those are kind of in between the mobs and the bosses. All right, I'm looking for some of the character cards, the upgrade cards, and like the Ranger arrow cards. They must be these smaller ones here. No, I see the Ranger cards. They're in the next stack. Ah. Here we go, Dave. So, Shadowbane armor. Shadowbane set. I'm trying to make these so there's not a glare on them. But here are some of the Shadowbane armor, various for different people. I wonder if you shuffle only what you're playing with into the deck. Or like, if I'm playing just as the wizard, can I get the Rogue's Bright Dagger. But here is the Shadowbane armor. The rest of this is just mostly equipment and things that you will find as you flip over treasure. So yep. We've got starting equipment, some leather, studded leather, and then you basically have like your common treasure. I don't know why I thought these cards would be bigger, but I guess they got to all fit on that board. Rare treasure and epic treasure. So the Shadowbane armor is all in the epic treasure section. So if there was something you specifically wanted to see, like the starting cards or something like that, feel free to let me know. Put those up there. Otherwise, I feel like you guys probably have seen a lot of this stuff before. So, all right, this is the one thing I wanted to show off, and then I may very well stop just filing through cards, because or else this is going to take us all night if we go into this much detail. All right, this is, yeah, I may try the Ranger in like my first play test. So the Ranger, you're going to have these arrow cards. I don't know if you get all of them, but they're going to be face down, and you'll flip one over, and I think it's like 5. So you're like, okay, I've hit 1 arrow here. And then you know, it's like playing blackjack. Hit me. Oh, I've got 2 arrows. Hit me again. Ooh, 3. Obviously, these are probably not shuffled. So let's just give them a shuffle here. Play a little blackjack with ourselves with the Ranger card, and let's see what happens. All right, hit me. Ooh, 3. Do you risk it, or do you just get? I think it's if you bust, you get the bottom one, which is a penalty in this case. Or do you not risk it, or do you go for exactly 5? All right, hit me. Ooh, there we go. So boom, we would get to add these 2 or one of these 2 dice and take off 2 shields. So it's like piercing. Anyways, I thought that was an interesting mechanic. You know, the whole press your luck element in a game like this. You know, there's plenty of games out there where the entire game is a press your luck element, but usually you don't see it in a dungeon crawler like this. And then what are these? These are, okay, mob items. So as you draw a mob, you're going to give them an item. When you defeat the mob, I think you get to keep that item. Alright, I'm going to put some of this back away in here, just so I don't have stuff all over the place. Put those down in there. Yeah. Alright, so this is, again, this is the bottom of the box. Assuming that we put the cardboard tiles back on top and the dice go back in here. There's a whole lot of cardboard that we are going to have to find a spot for. The dice, I feel like if you put them in here, unless you keep them in those bags, you're never going to get them out of here. Ah, yeah, you can. Okay. There's like one or two open spots there. All right. Don't want to lose this either. Don't lose this sticker. All right. Don't need those little bags anymore. Okay. So let's set this off to the side. So this is going to wreak havoc on my camera for a second here while I cut the tape off. But what's interesting is that there's a slot for the roaming monster cards. That's where I found them. Alright. So let's see if I can show off. Oh, freaking more tape. Whoop. Okay. Alright, anyways, there is, if I just kind of angle it, that's a little better. There are these grooves here, which I believe are meant to just, you know, kind of put pressure on these miniatures to keep them from sliding around. You could maybe fit some of the like treasure tokens in there. There's this slot here that's for the roaming monster cards, but then it dips down even more, and then there's a slot over here. So I'm wondering if they designed this specifically to try and fit something in there. But we'll see. We'll check it out. Alright, so we've got a whole bunch of like skeleton horde guys. Let's finally put something up here and make use of our close-up camera. I don't even know which one is the boss. Maybe the one I put up there. Let's see, a very angry fat shaman here. These guys aren't nearly as interesting. These guys look cool in the when they're if I could paint them up correctly, they would look cool. The guys that are on flame. And there's this angry looking creature here. I guess I could get out that sheet. No, it doesn't give me the names. It just tells me where to put them back. Nope, we went over here. Yeah, and this funny goat thing. Anyways, these are just the minions, the mob minions. They're not nearly as exciting. So let's put them over here. These guys back. Alright, what do we got here? Angels. These guys are getting a little bit more exciting. There's more tape on here. There's more freaking tape on here. Good gracious. I'm like, that's interesting. Her like body armor is like something's face. Some of these swords are very badly bent, but that's alright. This guy has no face, only one wing. But the best are down here. So let's fit these guys back in. See, I like these trays for these bigger miniatures because how else would you protect them in a box without these perfect, you know, perfect molds? Like, what is this thing? This thing shouldn't be there, should it? Maybe it should be. Is this literally where this miniature is supposed to live? Right here, like that? Where's my cheat sheet? It is. That's crazy. Anyways, this guy must be some kind of special person. Let's test to see. Man, this is bigger than I was expecting. You can see most of it. It's really just this funky cross sword thing it's got going on. The tentacles are cool. This guy I don't think is even going to show up. So let's put him up here on this main camera. Come on, focus. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Michael, the end boss. That is quite an impressive miniature. I mean, I'll give him that. Ooh. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like, how else would I store this size of a miniature and feel like this sword here is not going to just snap off without, you know, putting all of this back in? So then at that point, it's like, you know, you got to use, can you make the mini cam larger? Sure, we can make the mini cam larger. Let's see here. Let's do this. Drag this out and no, I want this. really just for aesthetics, but hopefully that's better. Give that guy a little spin there. Alright. If you want it bigger, we can do it bigger too. Let's see here. This guy's pretty cool. Here we go. It's like mechanized armor. Very Aztecian armor, but then, you know, definitely organic on the underside. Got some face tentacles going on. How is he in there? Good gracious. Okay, that looks like it works. Okay, these must be the kind of mob bosses. So, like, pretty sure this is the skeleton. Yeah, focus there. The skeleton mob boss. You know, this is the angry goat mob boss. The flame guy's mob boss, but this guy's pretty cool. Pretty sure this must be a roaming monster here. Let's flip this out. Put him here for a minute. Show him off. But yeah, I don't even know what this thing is called. The Reaper. Tentacled monster. Now let's see if we can get him back in here. That works. This, I guess, would be another roaming monster. Half beak, half bird, half angel creature. Go. So these are definitely cool miniatures. You know, they're not massive. They're not the same scale that like Marvel United was. You know, they're not nice thick chibi miniatures. So the details are going to be pretty small on these, but these big ones are definitely impressive. I still don't really know where that guy's supposed to go. All right, let's throw up some of these heroes now. Here is the Ranger. Now let's turn him a little. And let's do the Wizard next to him. My guy's definitely got bumped here. There we go. That's a little better. Got the Paladin here. Big old shield. The Berserker with those ridiculous horns. Can't tell if the Berserker is supposed to be a male or a female. Pretty ugly either way. Here's the little Shaman. Kind of bug-like fairy creature. Alright, so that pretty much does it for the base box. Let's see if I can, without... Ooh-wee. I'm making myself nervous here. Now let's put this guy up there real quick. He's pretty cool. Good lord, is he in there? Oh, mama. That is a cool figurine with his, like, death necklace going on. His bow and arrow. So this guy was kind of underneath this other guy. Ooh, it makes me a little nervous. But then we had, we had this thing on top. How did this go? It must have been this way. No. This way? There we go, because there's a cutout for this creature. That obviously can't fit like that. Okay, there we go. That goes like that. This went on top of there. Maybe? Man. This is why you stay in school, kids. So one day you can solve complicated puzzles just like this. Is that? No. Like that. Okay, I think that's it. I don't think anything's going to get broken. So maybe this piece of plastic here is not the best storage solution. I don't know, but again, what do you do with those giant ones with some very delicate pieces? You know, you can't just throw them into a box. They'll certainly get broken. Alright, so what does anybody want to see next? If I don't have any takers, there's something I have been most curious about because it has not gotten a lot of coverage in the unboxings that I have watched up to this point. So let's take a look at some of the scenery here. Alright. So again, this is replacing a lot of that cardboard, which would be helpful. Still going to have to find some place to put these. See, this is the kind of stuff I almost would have preferred a stretch goal instead of like one more miniature. Give me a stretch goal that could have, a box that could have stored all this content in it together. Now, I can probably come up with something, but it just would have been nice not to have to keep up with these 3 separate boxes. So this is probably the boring one. You've got some treasure chests, some pillars, up here, and some, well, big treasure chests. Not the most exciting pack. Let's save, yeah, we're going to save Hellscape for last, because I think that is really the one I wanted, and then the way it priced out, I had everything ad hoc, and then I was like, well, I might as well go with the kind of bling all-in package. So here are the bridges, pretty self-explanatory, but then the doors actually do have swinging hinges, which I think is pretty cool. Nemesis has the doors that you can destroy. These have actual swinging hinges, which is a nice touch. Might have to keep these out where I can use them for Zombicide Black Plague. It's nice that there's like 3 different style doors here. Ooh, this one doesn't want to open very well. Which way are you supposed to go? That way. Okay. Yeah, some of this plastic is a little warped, but that's fine. Alright, so this is going to be all the like really unique stuff. So the anvil forge, the forge with the anvil. Whoops. Ooh. Okay, so these are for the bottom of the traps. There's a sticker sheet in there. almost bent that up. Okay. Well, it would have been nice if they had given us a sticker for this. I guess there is some, there's some texture to it, if you can see that. So those of you who are really good painters can probably paint that up to look pretty cool. We'll see what we can do. I see some very thin down contrast paints coming my way. The back's cool too. It's all like skulls and stuff. Let's get these guys off here. So there's, let's throw this up there like that. You can kind of see the side of it. And then there's these creepy looking statues. What else we got here? We got the anvil, the forge. This is where you can, I believe you use this to upgrade your weapons. And then you got bear traps and spike traps. So these are going to get these stickers. These must get these stickers. These, I guess, are for these. So these must be good pillars that can gain you benefit. But yeah, I think that these are really going to add a nice touch. The doors are really nice. I did not remember that they were going to open and close like that. I would have been perfectly fine with just some 3D doors that I had to pick up and then remove from the scene. All right, that is going to do it for the 3D scenery. I should go back in there. Oh, because I'm putting you in sideways. There we go. Probably just going to leave these out of their boxes for now. All right. What did I want to do here? I wanted to get this out before I forgot about it. Put them side by side to these. So when you do the bundle, the frosted dice just kind of came with it. Normally, I don't go for the extra dice. It was included in the package at that point. And there's some green ones in here. I believe the green are going to come in the... You're going to see the green dice in one of the other expansions, and the red dice. Those are probably the nicest looking out of these. The blue are pretty nice. The shadow die is pretty cool. But just for comparison's sake, here is a regular die compared to a frosted die. I will let you be the judge as to whether you think that would be worth your purchase. Now again, they don't show up quite as well here. Let me get, let me compare the blue. The blue and the purple are good. Nice touch. So that is, you can really see the marbleness in the blue. And the green and the red are nice too. Let's throw those up there. I guess it's certain sides maybe too, where the frostedness shows through a little better. But anyways, in case you guys were wondering whether a dice upgrade would be worth it, I play mostly solo, so usually the dice that come, base dice that come with the game are enough for me. I could see though, if you were playing with other people, you'd all want to have dice close by you, not having to pass them around all the time. Is that right? Yeah, I feel like there's one die short in there. Am I missing a die somewhere? They only give me... No? Okay. No, that's right. Alright. So there's that. Get the big boy out. So, supposedly, somewhere in the Zombicide Fantasy Crossover Pack here, there's a way to take the dragon from the No Rest for the Wicked expansion of, I think that was Green Horde? I can't remember. Either Black Plague or Green Horde. That you can play with both of them. Or not both of them, but you can play with it in the game. My question is, do you suppose you could play against both of them? I mean, they'd probably just kick your ass, and that would be that. But, yeah, I think that would be cool. Maybe we'll just try it out on the channel and see if it works. Okay, so the Demon Dragon is one of the Kickstarter exclusives. Basically, most of the Kickstarter exclusives are the ones that come in an actual box. Are going to come with some additional map tiles, except for Rainbow Crossing. I don't know why, but Rainbow Crossing was a Kickstarter exclusive. Maybe it's not a Kickstarter exclusive. Maybe that's the thing. But it does have its own tiles. But it feels like it should not be in those cheap style boxes. Yeah, so this is going to have one double-sided tile. It's going to come with its own mob. And then, of course, the giant dragon here. He's got his own board. There's the one board. But that's not why we came here. So the Demon Dragon mob item level 10. Oh boy. Some cultists here. I guess we can throw these guys up on this camera, because there's no way this bad boy is going to fit. Oh my goodness. The struggle is real. Like the box is literally like bowing out at this point. This is, you know what? Oh Jesus! This dragon is probably never going back in this box. This, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to my future landscape, whatever you call it. Accent box. This is where my doors are going to go. This is where my sceneries, that's what I want, scenery. Alright, so this guy is like zip tied in here. They did not want him going anywhere. Here's what he will hopefully look like once he's painted up. I may have to get some scissors, hold on, before I like cut my finger. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the comments. Have a great night. Hopefully the rest of this won't take too terribly long. But again, there's a lot of boxes over here, and I have not, man, they may take me all night to get through. Maybe we are going to go back to the knife. God, I don't want to just punch through this though and then end up with a stabbed dragon. There we go. See, this is the type of stuff you don't get to see when it's not live. You don't see me, although this is the first miniature I think I've ever gotten that is zip tied into its box. Oh, there's one down here. Oh, man. I don't know where that went. Oh, there's even one more. Goodness gracious. So, mental note, if you have not unboxed your Demon Dragon, make sure you have a really nice, sharp pair of scissors on hand. Alright. Alright, let's get this out of the way. And here is this guy in all its glory. Just for comparison's sake. There's the two cultists. Tiny little things. If we kind of lay him on his side, although he's got these whiskers here. I don't quite want to lay him on his whiskers. There we go. There's one, and there's the other. You can use these lines. Alright, come on, focus. I don't know why it doesn't like my scissors. Doesn't like things to be that far away, I guess. Anyways, here is the giant dragon. Pretty massive. Again, I think I'm just gonna have to find some nice shelf space for him, paint him up rather quickly, and find something else to do with this box. Alright, I'm just gonna put him off to the side here and he can stare at me while we do the rest of these. Alright. Let's go through some of these bigger boxes here with a little bit more expediency. We've been going an hour here. I was hoping to have done this in about 2 hours. Certainly no more than 3. I guess if this were a real marathon, I was running it, it would probably take me more like 4. But gotta get to bed at some point. So this, if you haven't seen it yet, is what I am referring to about the cheaper boxes. So this is not your standard board game box here. This is more like a gift box. You get that, these are kind of glued in here, so I'm not really going to pull on them, but you can see that it's just kind of built and then flopped over, so it's really just, look at how much wiggle there is. I'm okay with the smaller expansions, especially like the Druids and Beezlebub and ones being like that, because probably I'll try and break those down and get them into other boxes. But these size boxes are what I wanted to get the game into, and it's just kind of unfortunate that the Rainbow Crossing one for some reason was made with this cheaper material. So looking inside here, it just shows the miniatures, but I'm pretty sure there's at least some tiles. Yeah, so there's some tiles. I remember specifically thinking to myself when this went up as I can't remember if it was a stretch goal or a daily unlock. I think it was basically an add-on. I was like, oh, my daughter would love this. Now, I'm not so sure she is ready for what's on these tiles, but if I could paint me up a big giant pink bear, I guarantee you she will want to play. My daughter, however, is the youngest. I don't know if anybody else has this kind of family dynamic. I have 2 older sons, right? Everybody's kind of separated by 2 years. My 2 older sons are, perfectly normal boys, but they're still, they don't like to come down here in the basement without an adult. They don't, my 6-year-old still doesn't really like going into his room unless the light's on. But that's all kind of normal stuff. My 3-year-old daughter is completely fearless. Like, she will go anywhere in the house. She does not care whether she's alone or with someone. It's just such a weird weird. I don't know if it's the third child thing or, you know, younger sister thing. Anyways, here are some of the tiles. You can see all the shiny rainbow, and then things get really crazy, like Toy Story gone bad, or Chucky or something like that in the dark spaces. So these are easily the coolest tiles. Some people may think this is a little too kiddie, a little silly for a dungeon. I think it's really unique and really fun. Just some of these, like this one here. Look at this thing. That is the creepiest teddy bear you may ever see. Or like this thing. I mean, this is so cute and this is so scary. Or like this one here with the conveyor belt of Chucky bears. They come out Chucky bears and then they just instantly turn nice in the light, I guess. Anyways, we'll see how long before I can get my soon-to-be 4-year-old okay with those tiles. But for right now, we're definitely going to paint these up and let her kind of enjoy them while me and the boys are playing with the more hardcore stuff. Anyways, we got some cupids here. Now, okay, there's a boss, and this must be the boss, unicorn boss. So these are essentially mobs. Feels like there's more of them though. But look at, you know, see, this is what I'm talking about. There's this huge box, and if I can get away with, I mean, and this guy's a, you know, he's awesome. I literally bought some pink primer specifically with this guy in mind. He's going to be one of the first ones I paint. This is a nice big chunky miniature. He doesn't really have anything on him that is going to get broken off or anything like that. So like this box would be perfect because these guys easily could fit in something smaller. There's so much wasted space. The box is literally this big because this guy's yay tall, plus some tiles on top of him. But yeah, this is like prime pickings for taking these inserts out and then oh gosh, sorry. Perfect for storing other things in, like combining some of the smaller expansions. So we'll see how I feel about this box in general, because I do like, you know, this box cover is pretty cool too. So I would like to keep this box in my as part of the collection, but we'll see how things go. So all right, there's all of this stuff. I want to lose track of. Procedure like this. This perfectly fits in right there. Does that mean you have to put these back in? Was that what they planned on for your storage solution? Always fitting the rainbows back into the cardboard? Let's put that like that so we don't lose track of it. Alright. So that was Rainbow Crossing. See how flimsy this is? It's, you know, it's not a true box. It's just like a cardboard wrapping paper or something. Alright. I actually covered up the Heavenfall box. I'm curious about that one, so we'll do that one after this one as I bump everything under the sun. So there's these pamphlets that everybody keeps talking about. What's the only thing that's different is this little thing right here that says scratch the coding to check the authenticity. I don't know if CMON's like having copycat problems in China or something like that, or if as an industry they're concerned about it. From what I understand, retail copies have the same piece of paper on them. So I don't think it's like this is a Kickstarter exclusive copy, because I don't think there's really anything different between them. Anyways, this is the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. What's interesting is that I recently got the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse X-Men Kickstarter, whatchamacallit. Yeah, Marvel United X-Men. So I'm going to compare the two. I realize that one is Marvel and one is not. So these look like some cool map tiles. Let's just take a look at these. Again, look at all of this. There's a ton of empty space in here. This actually does have a spot for some tokens. I'm assuming like all of these tokens right here. So that's nice. But again, you know, I'm a little worried about like these. Whoops. These guys didn't make it back in the Rainbow Crossing box. I have to set them aside. You know, like this guy right here, if he's not in like this specific mold, or this sword, you know, it's probably okay. I mean, these aren't resin or anything, but yeah, is that just going to get broken up if they're not stored in these specific molds? I don't know if you can see it, if I can turn the camera just right, but you can see like the horse's ribs. It's hard to see it without the base getting in the way. But the horse has like, I don't know if it's, here you can see it on this side better. Now this is a scary one. She's like riding some kind of dinosaur. She's like this old hag with these scales. Nothing but a sheet around her. Alright. There we go. Let's take a look at these tiles, because these look like some cool tiles here. So that's something to consider if you are just buying these games via Miniature Market or whatever, or retail. They say Kickstarter exclusive, but let's be honest. We all know that at some point down the road, places like Miniature Market are going to get their hands on all the overflow stock. CMON couldn't sell at conventions, and they are going to be available at some point or another. So that looks like a cemetery of some sort. Just throw these right back in there. Let's see what's on the other side. Yeah, that's a cool one. Some kind of weird tree. See, like this just looks weird. It looks like a checkerboard, because you would assume that this is just an open space. So why are these 4 spaces in darkness and the others not? Again, don't think about it too much. This appears to be like burning bushes and fire and brimstone. Some more trees. Lots of trees. Ooh. Alright, I'm going to save that one for last. Here's another tree. Seems to be a lot of these trees. But look at this one. I mean, bodies crawling. This guy looks like he might still be alive. Pretty gruesome. Whoops. These cards need to go back in there. Like so. This board also needs to go back. Okay. Again, we are very casually going through these, simply because I know that there's already a lot of unboxings out there that people have already done. So this is really just kind of to chat. If anybody has any specific questions, let them fly. If anybody wants to see something in particular, or if we've already covered something that you want me to come back to. So this is the Heavenfall. This is the campaign mode, essentially, for Massive Darkness, which is normally played on like a one-shoot type style, similar to Zombicide. But we've covered the core box. We've covered the 3D scenery with the amazing doors. I thought that the what is it? What pack was it? The Hellscape Pack. Thought the Hellscape Pack would be the most interesting pack. Turns out the doors were the coolest thing in that. 4 Horsemen, Rainbow Crossing, and the Frosted Dice. So, if you're just now joining and you want to see any of those again, I have this like pile of these little pamphlets off the back. Alright, I feel like this one might have like the biggest miniature in it. I can't remember. Rules and quests. So this one actually, I think the Demon Dragon comes with some quests. 4 Horsemen must come with some quests too. So maybe that's it. Those also come with quests. Let's take a look at this here in a second. Yes. You're gonna make me untape you. Yeah, here's, okay. So it wasn't the Shaman and Beezlebub expansion, it was this expansion that gives us the green and red dice that we also have frosted for. So they did do this with this box lid. Hopefully my camera's not going crazy with the glare. Okay. Where they gave you these areas to save your cards down. So as you're playing through the campaign, if you need to put it away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Can you play up to 6? I don't know, but this just gives you a little slot to stick your cards in, which was a nice touch. You know, probably not like the best solution at the end of the day. Oh my gosh. These are not sufficient finger holds. I'm just gonna throw that out there right now. Alright, the box art on this one's pretty cool. So there you can see, yeah, stick it right there. 3 angels that appear to be in a good mood. And then if we rotate it one, I guess that's probably somebody different. I thought they were all changing. I'm gonna guess that there's tape on all 4 sides. Nope. So yeah, I'd love to hear your opinions on this new plastic tray system that they've implemented. The cards are very heavy on top there. I don't trust just dropping this in there. Okay. Do you like the plastic trays? Do you feel like they're too cheap? Alright, so look at this guy. I am pretty sure that this guy right here is bigger than anything else in that core box. So let's throw some of these smaller guys up here. Because these other guys are not even going to fit this thing. I mean, this is impressive. This is almost as big. In just a second, I will get out the dragon miniature so we can look at them side by side. It's got like a goat face, snake slash millipede body, angel's wings, goat head. I guess maybe this is a dragon. I don't know. That's a cool miniature right there. This guy's not bad either. Although he's mostly just clouds. He is in there. Alright, we're gonna look at this guy first. So I guess none of these guys have feet. They all just kind of float around on clouds. All right, let's see what is keeping this thing right there and there. Ooh, boy. Okay, so yeah, the miniature is actually quite small. But it's this like billowing cloud around him that takes up all the space. That's an unfortunate line right there. And I know that there were some people complaining about this. I think this is supposed to be like the moon. You know, as you look at this, this is like clouds and this is like the moon in the background. It's almost like they added scenery to the miniature. But you be the judge of that. Again, how in the world would I store this without this, like, I don't even know if I can get it back in here. Without this custom mold. Oy vey. Well, ladies and gentlemen, maybe I'm not getting it back in here. I really don't understand. He is... Ooh. Looks like he's got a lot of fragile parts here. Anyways, these guys may all live outside of their box too. We'll see. Maybe the Heavenfall box will become... like, holds all the expansion game board tiles or something like that. Oh, okay. So this guy's got to go under here, and then this guy goes on top. Ah, there we go. You had to kind of tuck them under there first. Alright, let's take a look at these map tiles. I think these might be the last of the additional map tiles that don't come in the base box. So, we shall see. And again, I don't think the scenery in this game is meant to be the end-all thing, but this is like the city. Let's see if we can get the glare off of it to focus. This is like the city you go between campaign, town, dashboard, tavern cards, inventor, herbalist, which is cool. And so then there's these level boards. Yeah. See, these level boards normally only go up to 5, but these go all the way up to 10. I think. I actually didn't check the backside of the ones that came in the base box. Or like this. I wonder if this is like in the stretch goal box. We'll have to check. There's something else. Oh yeah, the elements. The elemental things. Here are the map tiles. There's that one. That's pretty cool. Giant organ. These are definitely in stark contrast to the 4 Horsemen ones. There's that one. I don't even know what that is. Is that like the side of a tree? Turn this over a little bit. Or this one? Is this like, I guess these go like this? Yeah, there you go. Tree with a stairwell at the base going up, 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 up. Anyways, that's it. Oh, there's the top of the stairwell. That is it for the Heavenfall. Again, that's the kind of campaign expansion. If you want to play campaign mode, you're going to have a big decision to make as to what we do with these quite impressive miniatures, but also very fragile appearing miniatures. So, gotta figure out how all this went back in. This must go like, oh, hold on. Gotta put you two back in the box. Where were you? Way down here? Yeah. You were right sitting on top of those guys. Okay. So yeah, I can't even get the lid back on there. This definitely is not going to be the end-all solution here. Maybe this is how it was supposed to go. I mean, I guess you have to put the lid back on before you drop it back in the box. Pull this whole thing out every time. I mean, I got it back in there. So there you go. The little dimple here below the card save slots pushes down on the torso of that impressive guy. That's how you get it back in there, in case you were wondering. Yeah, these cards make it very heavy to just get the lid off. Alright, wow. I feel like there, yep, here it is, instruction manual. And this is put back away. Ooh-wee. All right, that's all the big boxes. Let's move on to the medium-sized boxes. So these are the ones that I know are going to be hitting retail in August, I believe it is. So we got the Gates of Hell box, Fey Folk box may actually be available now, and then the War of Souls eventually. These are going to also be these kind of skimpy cardboard boxes. So these are the ones I'm hoping to be able to get rid of. Yep, and there's even that on the back of there. So path lost souls naturally gravitate towards. Their wraiths and elements guide the newly dead into torment. This enemy box contains 2 additional mobs. Okay, appears to be pretty simple, so this should be pretty quick here. So yep, some mob cards, mob items, roaming monster, banshee tokens, and then I'm guessing you're taped. Are you taped? Yes, you're taped. Okay. Ridiculous. So there's these guys here, and then these guys here are kind of cool. They're like a storm in and of themselves. Trying to get this pointed down a little bit. There, it's a little better. Alright. So here's the roaming monster chick. She's not bad. These guys are basically a whole lot of swirls and, you know, stormish. This guy's kind of cool. He's holding like a bolt of, I guess they're all holding bolts of lightning. And there's this chick. She's pretty spooky. All right. Tape, 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 tape. Yeah, see, I don't know how big I would be on having to always pull open that plastic. Alright. Anyways, there's that. Here's the Fey Folk. This is, I think people are quite, you know, out of all the kind of medium-sized boxes here, there's actually only 3 of them. The other 2 are just kind of mobs, more mobs than roaming monsters. This one actually has some new heroes in it. Where's that bottom one? I'm just going to add you to my stack here. Oh, I forgot. I was going to... Oh, I closed up the box. I failed to do it. I failed to compare that one miniature with the dragon. Alright. Man, these guys are all like... I guess the wings have got to go somewhere. So no, the Fey Folk, these aren't. I'm thinking of something else that's got all the shamans. So these guys are just all bad guys. Yeah, so these smaller boxes are all just hordes, roaming monsters, minions. Yeah. 2 additional mobs. Okay, so that really is all the medium-sized boxes. So there's the like harpy mob and then the bug mob. Then you've got the main harpy here. The bug mob boss. And then this guy, the roaming monster. Yeah, this is a pretty cool miniature. It's like on the tree. There's a lot going on here. It's got like butterfly, moth wings, a lot of nice detail. Sorry, I'm not really focusing that very well. So there's that guy. So yeah, all of these medium-sized boxes are nothing but mobs, additional mobs. Where you all gonna fit? Again, there's some extra slots here for storing stuff, but I really don't want to save this flimsy box. Ah! I can see that I made a cut, but I can't get it to separate. And once again, 2 additional mobs and 1 roaming monster. Boom, 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 boom. Some tokens, size of each of the cards. Yeah, there's no additional storage for this one. Alright, let's throw these guys up here. This guy... Yeah, what's going on with this dude's finger here? This finger right there. I mean, what's he doing? What are you doing, guy? These are okay. The Dwarfs are cool. They got some nice detail on them. These other guys just feel very basic. And have huge hands. Here's the Dwarf guys. They're not bad. And then there's Cerberus. Cerberus. He's okay. I really would have expected a little bit more. Some of these other roaming monsters have been quite impressive. He's just kind of a three-headed, like, sewer dog or something. How did you go back in there? So yeah, there's him. Nothing on his base. Like that one roaming monster in the base box that had like the kind of Aztec armor was much bigger than this and much more impressive, and this thing has 3 heads. So we'll see. So far this appears to be like the least impressed I've been. Boom, boom, boom. See, I do like how there's a spot for each of those various card types. If you sleeve your cards, too bad, so sad. Alright. So we had the medium boxes. Those have all of the mobs and a roaming monster in each. And then you've got these. So this is going to have, what is Beezlebub considered a roaming monster? So these are going to have heroes, new classes, and a roaming monster. So keep that in mind if you're shopping a la carte for these. What is more important to you? Have more monsters to run into, or to have more heroes? The hero boxes, you're going to get a little less plastic, but most of the plastic in those medium-sized boxes is just repeat miniatures. These are all unique, which is nice. So we've got the 2 druids, and then druids in their animal forms, which is really cool. I think a lot of people are really excited about this one, just, you know, shape changing, things like that. Have a little mini instruction manual, but yeah, these guys have their own board, so there is going to be some cardboard in here, which is nice. Ooh, that's cool. Transform into bear. Transform into raccoon. Anyone else find it a little weird that, like, okay, the raccoon's on this side it's the eagle? I mean, I guess if you flip it over that way, it's the same. Oh, sorry. Goodness. So let's see here. Zuri. Transformation, you may return 1 discarded potion to your inventory. There's a lot of glare. Let's take these out of here. Okay, so the Shadowbane armor is just the coolest set of armor. Everybody's got their own Shadowbane card. Ooh, Hellfire armor. Maybe not. So yeah, this is a little better. Come on. You may return 1 discarded potion to your inventory. Increase each animal form track. This guy's cool though. He might have to be one of the first ones we try out. You may use the transformation effect of any form. Increase by animal form track by 2. So I mean, he's already an animal. Some tokens. Shadowbane armor, which is cool. This is probably taped. It is. Alright, so here's Beezlebub. Bub. And then here's the 2 druids themselves. Tiger's pretty small. I would have expected him to be a little bit more imposing of a figure. I do like that she's got like a eagle for a friend here. And then you can be a raccoon, you can be a bear. I wanted to see, yeah, the texture doesn't look so bad. It does look a little like, you know, the arm's a little weird, but it's not that bad. The eagle's pretty cool. I like how they put him on like a, whoops, on a clear stand so he looks like he's flying. There we go. So yeah, there's those guys. Here's the backside of Beezlebub. He's basically a giant bug. As I break the staff. Okay, nothing's broken. So yeah, me personally, I would be going after these expansions first. But that's just my opinion. Alright. Oh my gosh, the tape. The tape. So let's see here. How'd everything get back in here? These were right there. This was over here. Yeah. These were... Where were these? Right there. Uh-huh. Okay. This was over top of that. Maybe these should go underneath. Yeah, those go in. No, and then this goes there. No. No? What are we missing here? I guess not. I guess that does go there. Those are going to be punched out eventually. Alright. Druids and Beezlebub. Now. No. It's the next one that I'm the most excited about. We saved the best for last. Actually, we haven't even looked at the stretch goal box. I've just been using the box here to as a backstop for my miniature display. Alright. So, monks, necromancers, and versus the Paragon. What is the Paragon? I don't really know. Once divine being fallen to the prime realm for their utter intolerance of mortal kind's countless faults. Oh, there you go. So again, a little setup, instruction manual. And this is for this must be the necromancers. Kill a miniature, yeah. I don't know if you can see that closer up here. The glare. Well, you need light to see. Yeah, that's the Necromancer dashboard. Whole bunch of tokens, I guess, for the monk. I don't really know what the monk's gimmick is. You roll purple in a light zone. Let's just see here real quick. What does this say about the monks? Monks. At the start of the monk's turn, you must play one of the chakra cards, placing it face up in front of their dashboard as a reminder. This is the active chakra for the round. Okay. Interesting. So it looks like 2 monks, 2 necromancers, and the Paragon fella. And some tape. Now look at this. Inside here there's a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, I guess that sits down into that. Okay, but there is a spot for tokens here, so that's not bad. Okay, whoa. So I believe these two are the necromancers, a witch, and I don't really know what this guy is. Here's the paragon, a very thick axe with a pointy end on it. I don't know what kind of weapon that is. I don't know if that's a cloud or an eagle coming out of the top there. And then these two, I believe, are going to be the monks. She goes there, you go here. All right. Now, okay, so it does appear that these boxes are easier to put back when you have put the lid on before you slide it back in. Okay, bards and tinkerers. Now, I'm generally not a bard fan. I don't get it. I don't really get why anybody would just take a guitar into a battle, or a lute, or something else. I guess maybe if you are a musician at heart, the bard speaks to you. But I'm here for the tinkerer, ladies and gentlemen. So, where's our piece of paper? Add to my collection. Okay, woo, that came shooting right out of there. All right, so we got bards, tinkers, and the metal angel, which is cool. So, if you just get the retail copy, your various constructs from the tinker are just going to be represented by these tokens here. And then this is the bard board, where you're playing songs, adding notes. I am not musically inclined. So, then here are all of the sets. I'm not 100% certain how this all works, but you can see here that these are set up with the cutouts so they fit down into like a player dashboard. I'm actually just going to pop one of these out real quick. Hopefully without tearing it. I personally love to punch out new board games, to punch out new cardboard, but I am also devastated by when the cardboard like tears off. It doesn't pop out cleanly. Oh, okay. And I'm just gonna grab one of these here. So this should, yeah, fit down here like this. I'm not 100% sure if you have to find all this stuff first, or if you are a tinker, do you just get to like add it there like that, but they're double-sided and everything. But the tinker is definitely going to be a class I want to try out early on. I really just like the idea of building up your armor, things like that. We're just going to leave that off to the side. Tinker has its own rules card here, rules reference card. Kaylee with a very dirty face. Alright, we don't need this player board anymore. We have proven that everything fits. Ooh, I can just take this tape off, all of it, by hand. Yes. That's a small victory right there. All right. here are the two Tinkers. Throw them up there. The young female apprentice and the old guy in the wheelchair. Here's the Metal Angel. Now, I am not very good at non-metal metallics, but I feel like he's got some potential here. He definitely doesn't have the organic looking wings. So again, he's a roaming monster. And then here are the bards. One playing a little ukulele looking thing and the other one playing what appears to be a violin or a viola or something like that. I'm assuming that his little thing he's holding is meant to be bent. Thematically, that looks correct. But yeah, the whole being able to like build stuff as you find treasure, turn in your treasure to build stuff, is really, really speaking to me. If I could have picked any one like of these small box expansions, I feel like it definitely would have been. Alright, this is what we're going to do here. We're just going to go ahead and punch all of this out. There we go. Alright. Then these can sit on top. Eventually we'll get to the bards. We'll give the bards a chance. Maybe this will be the first game I ever play a bard. Okay. That is everything except for two things. So, let's take a look at the stretch goal box here. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to fit it right back there. There we go. Alright, so let's see what comes in the Darkbringer pack. We have got the armor, the exo armor for the Tinker, which is cool. We've also got couple other constructs for the Tinker. We've got the spirits. Okay, so there are the spirits for the Druid. Additional hero miniatures, all fitting within the classes we've already seen. And then some of these really cool. I remember this guy being one of the cooler miniatures. He's in like a boat with the dead souls coming up out of it. Enemy miniatures, and then some quests. So always like quests. Got a thing telling you how to put everything away. And some cardboard. So, like this one's only like 2 spaces. I'm not going to dive into this cardboard because this has been going on long enough. But we got some roaming monster cards. Some regular mob cards. And I can almost get... Ooh, this is like 2 separate pieces. That may actually be pretty helpful. And see, I actually like this because then I could just keep the big guys. Madara did this, where Madara's got, it's like 3 or 4 really big miniatures in one piece of plastic, and then in the separate piece of plastic is the much larger tray with everybody. These are some cool miniatures right here. Let's give these guys a little bit more space here. Who can fit up here? Like that's, I don't know who that is, but that's pretty cool. Then there's like this beastly scorpion looking thing here. See, this dwarfs Cerberus, in my opinion, and these are both roaming monsters. Cerberus should have been at this scale. Yeah, I can't get all of him in the shot. It's not happening. I don't remember how this guy was in there. We're gonna have to take a look at our book. I don't know what this thing is. It's very creepy though. Yeah, he was in there somehow. Yeah, the griffin. Oh no. This goes to something. Something broke here. Whose hand broke? Hold on, where's my cheat sheet? Ah, his hand right here. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. May be able to get him back in there. It definitely was like two pieces of an assembly, and it just kind of popped out. So we may be able to salvage. I think this is Hades here. Let's see if Hades even fits in this camera view. Not very well, but you can see the base. Let's see, how is the griffin? No, the griffin had to go like something like this. Yeah, there we go. Alright, let's take you off and put somebody on here you actually will be able to see. There is Hades minus his hand. There's a lot of people on that base. Not quite sure what to do with this. Just rest it in there for right now. And then there's this crazy creature with 3 heads. A goat head, a horse head. This guy feels like he doesn't really belong in this massive box. Massive part at the bottom. Oh, these guys probably need to get flip-flopped, yep. But then there's this guy. This is a very cool miniature in my opinion. Just kind of boat with the undead trying to climb in. Very cool. Alright. Anyway, we got to figure out how in the world she went back in the box. Something like this. This must have been over top. I mean, they show her. Picture is not very exacting. Man, I'm literally gonna have to go back and watch my video to see. It says like this. There we go. Got it. Nailed it. All right. There's that, and then there's some more stuff going on in this box here. Like surrounded by plastic wrap and empty box lids. See, this has got a lot of stuff for storage too, which is nice. And there's literally very little cardboard in this one. So, anyways, let's see here. Whoop! Almost forgot about you, the little unassuming guy. All right, so there's the ice Elemental and the Fire Elemental. This thing's pretty cool. It's like a piece of armor that it would appear that they just kind of crawl up inside, and then it's like a wheel built in. And then there are these, oh no, there's these two smaller ones. Like a distraction dummy. Then there's this bad boy. I'm pretty sure this is like the armor once you get it all put together. This is the miniature you can grab if you're the tinker, which is cool. I have no idea what this is coming out the back. Smoke, fire, sludge. Who knows? How is he supposed to go in there? There's no way that's right. See, if nothing else, you can use this. Maybe he does just hang out like that. That seems off. Again, we're not gonna... Oh, this is a cool little miniature. This must be a necromancer. She's like riding a creature, like a person. I don't know if you can see that, but this is like a person hunched over. The character is just that tiny little thing there. Or this guy. He's obviously a bard, but he might be worth playing. If I'm gonna be forced to play a bard. This girl's cool. I'm not quite sure whether she's gonna be a berserker, a paladin. I just don't know. Where did this thing go? It was right there, maybe. Ah, more tape. So it's basically a little bit of everything in the stretch goal box. There's some token replacements. There's some new heroes. This guy's pretty impressive. This guy's obviously a berserker class. Oh, here's another necromancer. Oh, that's super flimsy. Look at how much wiggle that has. This guy's pretty cool. I don't know what that is supposed to be coming out of him, but then there's the Nymphs. Remember, I've watched a painting video from Big Child Creatives painting up one of these suckers, and it was quite amazing to watch. They do such an amazing job. I was very jealous that I can't paint like that. But and then there's these, like, I don't know what it is with all the bad guys, the mobs in this game, but they all have giant hands. Alright, so that is just about going to do it. There's one last thing. If I can get these guys in here, I'm just going to set these off to the side. Because this last thing is not too big. Well, there's two things. One is this sucker here. So if you own Massive Darkness, the original one, this here gives you updated rulebook, 3 boss dashboards, 30 campaign cards, 246 roaming monster cards, 72 mob cards, and 21 hero cards. It allows you to take your Massive Darkness content and translate it into Massive Darkness 2. So if you invested a ton in Massive Darkness, this is keeping you in the game. I don't own the original Massive Darkness, so I'm not going to cut this open because this is, yeah, going to go to somebody. And I'm just going to keep it in shrink. I wonder, yep, it looks like the same piece of paper is on the back of this. But there you go. And there was a tile set you could have purchased. It was not included in this Bling All In, but basically converted all the original Massive Darkness tiles into Massive Darkness 2 tiles. So literally, you know, it's not just about porting your characters and your miniatures and your plastic, but literally your entire game if you want to. But this is the Zombicide Fantasy Crossover Pack. So this is what allows you to, there's going to be kind of two things in here. Cards that can let you play with your Massive Darkness heroes in Zombicide world, and then vice versa. Bring your Zombicide characters, both heroes and zombies. Look at that. Even more pieces. And look, I don't get it. Like, there's not the thing. The thing to scratch off is down here on the bottom. That's what I thought they were protecting, but I guess not. So this is, you know, I didn't necessarily save this for last on purpose. Kind of got lost in the shuffle here. But I am excited about this because about a year ago, if I could get this open, maybe. About a year ago, I had a decision to make, and that was, do I keep Zombicide 2nd Edition, or do I keep my Zombicide Black Plague Green Horde collection? Both of which were pretty extensive at the time. You know, I basically did an all-in pledge of Zombicide 2nd Edition, and I cannot get this open. I'm afraid I'm just going to tear the box, which I do not want to do. And I ended up thinking, you know what? I like the fantasy theme better. I'm going to go with, there we go. I'm going to keep the fantasy theme, and if I need to, I can always just update the rules to the Zombicide 2nd Edition rules. But I liked those miniatures and characters better, and now I am glad I made that choice. So here we have rules for Zombicide Fantasy in Massive Darkness. There's the dragon, the necromantic dragon. So you can play, is this just one quest? Okay, yeah. Play against one quest in the Massive Darkness world against the necromantic dragon. And this is Massive Darkness 2 heroes and enemies in Zombicide. So it looks like roaming monsters and bosses become abominations. Survivors are obviously the heroes. There's some special rules for some of the specific roaming monsters. Here's a board for the necromantic dragon. That's cool. And then, yeah, a whole bunch of content. I'm not really sure. I guess maybe I'll probably just keep this all in this box. So, like, this is Swarm of Rats. There's Rat Swarm in Zombicide. Now you can make that a mob boss. We may, I don't know where I would put it all out, lay it all out while I was playing, but so this is, you know, the Zombicide spawning cards. There's Cerberus, you can see on top. Here's all the heroes. They're in Massive Darkness 2. These are what you would use to turn them into. Yep, and then here's the abominations and the necromancer, orc necromancer, all those things like that, turning them into roaming monsters. So it really didn't take a lot, you know, but everything's here, which is cool. It all fits in this box quite nicely, so we'll see. Maybe I will, you know, put all the Zombicide stuff in the Zombicide game and vice versa, or maybe not. Maybe I'll just keep it in this box. We'll have to see. Anyways, oh, there's bending that up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, well, that's going to do it for our, we came in just around 2 hours. So I'm pretty happy with that. That's going to do it for our marathon unboxing of Massive Darkness 2. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content, including a lot of Massive Darkness 2 content, because you saw everything we unboxed here, there's lots to show. Now, I'm not going to literally play every character on the channel, but if there is a specific character you would like to see, I've already had a request for Tinker and Druids, I think. I'm going to go back and look. But those guys will be coming through in a playthrough. So if you have a specific character or a specific expansion you would like to see played on the channel, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will make it happen. Otherwise, thanks for watching, especially for those of you who stuck with this. If you watched it post filming, if you didn't watch it live or anything like that, yeah, I appreciate all of you, all of the views, all of the likes, all the thumbs up. So yeah, that's going to do it for tonight. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great day.